And hello, here we are again, the South-Dade Shoutout. Today, I'm sitting here laughing. We were chatting back and forth, but it's kind of like that hair commercial. But this morning, today, I have John Barnes with me. John is the owner of Gruber Insurance and also a good friend of mine, a neighbor, does a lot of things that I like to do. We're going to get to all of that. But first of all, welcome, John.
Thanks, Les. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. This we're all about community here. We're all about making sure that the things that we need in South Dade are here for us. And quite frankly, that's what you do. Before we start talking about risk management and insurance and all of those things, tell us about you.
Okay, I was born in Hollywood, Florida. Uh, Moved to Pennsylvania when I was about 11 years old. My father's family, small town Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Um, Went to school up there. I went to a small school outside of Pittsburgh, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And after that, uh, I knew I wanted to come back to Florida, so I was 23, 24 years old. I moved back down to Florida, and I went in the insurance business. I got my license in I think 1989. I worked for Pat Delvecchio Insurance for a period of about 11 years. Of course, during that time, 1992 was Hurricane Andrew, which changed the insurance industry completely.
Yep, yep.
So we went through that. That was a tough time, and I learned a lot. That was like hands-on
Yep.
claims.
That's like trial by fire. I
Yeah.
mean, Andrew came in white, Homestead out.
Yeah.
And as a resident of Homestead, you can still go through and see the damages. And this was 1992.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Yeah, we. I was down here probably for 4 months without electricity, just helping our customers, get their claims paid. It was a tough time, but I learned a lot during that period of time. So, and I worked again till 2000 with my at Delvecchio, and in 2000 I had the opportunity to go in as a partner and obtain Gruber and Associates Insurance,
Mm-hmm.
which at the time, it's the second oldest agency in Homestead. It was established in 1969. So I did that, and I assumed control of the business in 2005. And Mr. Gruber, he didn't really write a lot of homeowners insurance or anything like that. So, I kind of, that was more my expertise. So I kind of came in and untapped that agency and grew the agency. In 2009, I moved the agency from its original place of business on Flagler Avenue, and we moved it to Chrome Avenue. That's
Mhm.
where we operate today.
Right, right. That's an interesting location. Chrome Avenue gets a lot of traffic, but most people think of the main street coming through Homestead and into Florida City as being Dixie Highway or Route One, but it's actually Chrome Avenue.
Right. Yeah, that's Chrome Avenue is a great place. I mean, uh, I ask people, hey, how do you find us? And they say, I've been riding by this your business for 6 months, and I finally, I see your big Progressive sign there, and I finally stopped in and to get a quote or whatever. So it's a very good location.
Okay, excellent. So insurance. We talk about insurance. Some people understand it as risk management. What is the deal with that? Why is that important?
Well, I mean, if you look at an insurance company's point of view, they're looking to insure you, but there's certain things that are higher risk than others, as which goes into the pricing of it.
Mhm.
Homeowners insurance. Uh, it
Be it at all different levels. I know I had to buy some extra insurance because of my roof in a piece of rental
Yeah,
property.
yeah. There's a lot of different risk, the management that goes into that. You had a gable roof. Uh, Hip roofs are more. The insurance company would either give you more discount on a hip roof as opposed to gable roof. Um, So you didn't have to buy extra insurance. It's a different rating factor.
So it was just more expensive insurance.
Yeah. The gables are typically more
So
expensive.
it took me a long time to understand what a gable was, you know, and the guy that I was talking to originally said it's just like if you took a book and opened it up and just put it on top of your house, those flat surfaces, that's an indication.
Yeah, a gable's more like a triangle. So
okay.
a hip roof is more like this. So when the hurricane blows, it's harder on a gable roof.
Right. Okay.
So you can get a better rate on a hip roof.
All right. And so that's actually how I ended up doing business with you guys, because you guys sold me that policy.
Right.
And that's I've had it for several years now. It's worked out for me. But who else do you what else do you do? Not just homeowners. You guys are doing
Right. So we do pretty much all lines of insurance. So we do automobile, commercial insurance, commercial general liability, of course, homeowners. We do boats, motorcycles, motorhomes, ATVs, golf carts, pretty much anything that you
full service,
that drives or whatever.
Okay, that's interesting. I know that you do some boating and fishing. Another thing that I like to do. That's the beauty of being down here in South-Dade, getting out on the water and getting out and enjoying it. Quite frankly, tell me about your boat.
I've got a 30 contender, and if you don't find me in the office, I'm usually on the boat. I mean, I live to fish, so get out as much as we can. It's 2 or 3 times a month. Is a good month.
It's nice. Yeah. There's this guy in the neighborhood I always laugh about, but he's such a super guy, Larry Amino. Yeah, and he's always talking about fishing on your boat, and it's just been one of those things. If you ever see Larry and he's got a big smile on his face, you know where he just came from.
Yeah, we do a lot of fishing together.
Yeah, very cool. So so I know you're not doing this all by yourself.
No, and that's we're a full service agency. I've got licensed staff. And if there's one thing I've learned in this business, it's you're only as good as your staff is. And I've got a fantastic staff. That's what we let's face it, we're all selling pretty much the same thing. So what we pride ourselves in is give the personalized service. When you call my office, you can actually talk to a live person. You're not, press 1 for this and that. No. So you can actually talk to a live person. And I've got, Jackie Reyes is, she writes pretty much all lines of insurance, but she's our homeowner specialist. So if you're going to deal with homeowners with us, you're probably going to talk to her. She has a special assistant, Natalie Garza, that helps with the homeowners and the renewals and all that. Got Cosette Sanchez. She does mostly commercial auto. Madeline Lopez, she's been with me for 20-something years.
Wow.
She's been here a long time. She just got her 220 license, so she's fully licensed. She writes all lines. And then the first person you'll talk to in my office is Edith Morales. She's our receptionist, and she handles the front desk and everything. So if you call in, she'd be the first person you'll talk to.
So I know from my experience when I call, and it's funny that you mentioned that, there is no menu. Someone answers the phone.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's golden, because I am so sick of menus. Then you get that music, that same crazy music that it's weird when you're driving down the road and you're humming this song that you heard while you're on hold.
Right.
But the other thing that I wanted to ask you about, because I know that I can go online and buy Progressive insurance. Okay. Why should I do it differently?
Well, from my experience, a lot of people that go online and buy insurance, some of them don't know what they're buying. So if you call my office, we can explain the coverages to you, what you need, what you don't need. We get people that do that, and then they call and say, well, wait a minute, I didn't know I needed that, or my car's financed. I didn't buy comprehensive and collision. I didn't know that I needed that. And that explains why it was so cheap, because I didn't buy what I was supposed to buy. So it's really better to call and talk to an agent, let them, that's why we're licensed. We can explain the coverages to you, what you need, what you don't need. We can kind of guide you through it that way.
And also the little nuances, like talking about my roof and inspections and mitigating. I had no clue what that was. Can you walk us through what that even means?
Yeah, like I said, Andrew really changed a lot of things. It's you used to call up and say, I need a quote in 5-10 minutes. You used to be able to get a quote for homeowners insurance. That's really changed a lot now because of like you say, the mitigations. Um, what we need to do is most of these companies, before we can even qualify or place you with these companies, we need to know what kind of roof you have, how old your roof is, do you have hurricane shutters, how old is your plumbing, your electric. That all goes into it now. And these inspections that they come out and do, they're very comprehensive. So they're taking pictures of the underneath of your cabinets and your hot water heater. And I mean, if you've got a little piece of rust on one of your valves under your sink, I mean, it's a red flag for the insurance company. So it's like I said, they're really comprehensive, these inspections that are done, but it's come to the point where now that's what the insurance company requires before you can even, qualify for a policy.
And the reality of it is some of these things you can fix. And I know I had one opening. I have my rental property, I have hurricane windows and shutters all the way around the accordions except for one door.
Correct.
And that changes everything.
It does, because then you won't get the hurricane discount for the shutters because of one door or window or whatever it is. And with the premiums the way they are now, I mean, it might usually, if you spend $400 or $500 maybe or whatever, it could be a few $100s, and you fix that one problem, you could save $1,500 or thousands of dollars every year for the next 10 years. So that's what we try to do, is try to, we get these inspections in and say, okay, geez, this is why your premium's high, because, if we can get this one problem fixed, we can bring your premium down tremendously. So, that's what we try to educate our customers when they call in and we get the inspection in. It's a process. You don't get a quote in 5 minutes anymore.
Right.
It could take days, but that's what we do for our customers and try to get their premiums lower.
And I have to say that was one of the reasons, because I needed that explained. I could get on and talk about it, but you're the expert.
Right.
But that was the thing that made me so comfortable, was to sit down, and I took pictures all the way around my house. And then I was advised, you should get an inspector. Have someone come out and crawl through the attic,
Right.
and everything, So I paid a couple $100,
Right.
But what ended up is my premiums were $1,500 cheaper. Okay. And you keep the house for 10 years, you just save $15,000 for spending $500-600.
Right. Right.
And so I really, really do appreciate that. And so that's a message that we want to make sure. And again, so by you having me save a little money, okay, obviously I'm not sure how how you get paid, what your process is, but what it does is it's made me a lifelong customer, because I know that you're looking out for me. And again and again and again, I say it every week. Okay, what we are about here on this show is community. How can we have that sense of community? How can we show that we're taking care of the guy that lives next door? And that's what I got out of working with Gruber. You guys, the website, if you want to try to find John and his folks, his team, it's scrolling. What is it, John? It's
gruberinsurance.com.
Okay, there it is. All one word, gruberinsurance.com. Reach out, check them out. Actually, on the website, you can go through and put in questions. And it's just, for me, it was an excellent experience, and an experience that I've continued on with, so I'm absolutely excited about it. So how do you compare? Okay, how do you decide which company works best for me?
Well, price is on the top of the list. We want to get you the best rate possible. Again, depending on, you live in Homestead, you see the building that's going on down here. I mean, we've got all these, these brand new houses down there that are being built all over the place. So, you put yourself in the place of the insurance company. Those houses, the insurance company, they want all those new houses because they're up to code. They've got brand new plumbing. They've got hurricane shutters. They've got everything. On the other side of that, then you've got homes that are 50, 60 years old. So, you know, the insurance company, they want to make sure that the roof is good. They want to make sure the plumbing's sound, all that. So how we put, basically what it is we're going to shop you with the different companies. Now that kind of dictates on what they will accept. Some companies won't take you if your roof's over 30 years old, or you have to have the mitigation saying it has useful life. So that kind of dictates where we put you as far as what each one accepts. So we're going to shop you with everybody that we have, and sometimes maybe if one company's $300 or $400 higher than another company, you might want to pay the little bit more to get the better coverage or whatever. So we'll give you the option of, hey, you want to do this one or this, here's the drawbacks to this one, here's the pluses and minuses. So we go like that. It's important that you look into your policy. A lot of these people or customers don't even realize that when there's a hurricane, if you have a home that's insured for $200,000, which is like a median type home now, a lot of people don't realize they have a 5% windstorm deductible. So if there's a hurricane, the insurance company is not going to start paying you until you have at least $10,000 worth of damage. A lot of people don't look at that. So, that's why it's important to look at your policies and see. Some of the companies have limited water coverage. So they'll pay up to $10,000 for coverage if you have like a water leak. A lot of people don't know that. So that's why, you call in, we review your policy. We can say, okay, well, listen, you have a policy that's got limited water. We can give you this policy that's cost you about the same amount of money, but there's no limitation on the water. So, right. You have to review all that stuff.
So it's definitely, I was thinking that used car salesman, it's definitely not that. Okay. When you go into your agency, you're coming out of there knowing that your best interest was looked after, not someone just trying to make a sale.
Absolutely. And if you have a good policy in place and we can't do better, or we'll tell you, hey, keep that policy, pay it. It's a good policy. Our motto is, we want to do what's best for the customer. You might not buy a policy from us now, but you might 6 months down the road say, that guy was a good guy. He told us what was right for us. And hey, I got a motorcycle. I'm going to go to him and see if he can give me insurance on that. That's how we do it, and that's been my success over the years. Is you be honest and look out for the customer.
And actually, I forgot about that, because you guys changed me from one carrier to another from my first year to the second year on that rental property,
right.
Because you got a better rate.
Right.
And I wouldn't have known that, so I was very excited about that. I went back and talked to Donna, and she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, he saved us money, and we didn't even ask.
Yeah, we try to get ahead of it, a few months ahead and review, because things are constantly changing in this industry with the homeowners and with any policies, really. I mean, companies, all of a sudden they get some capacity where they can write more policies, and okay, we're going to write the next couple of months are going to write, and that becomes available that wasn't available last year. So it's constantly changing, and there's companies that are closed up, okay, we're not writing in these zip codes this, right now. And then after hurricane season, they may open up a little bit. So we're, used to write a homeowner's policy and forget about it years ago, right. Whatever it was, and it was whatever. Now we look at them every year. We're constantly looking at them because things are changing so much.
Excellent. I'm really excited about that. And to get that point out, I had someone with medical insurance, not issues, but educational things that we brought on the show, because there was so much about medical insurance that I had no idea, and so this is the exact same thing. And there are a lot of reasons, as you brought up. Okay, I actually know someone who had car insurance, their bank accepted it, but it wasn't enough. They got into an accident and they found themselves underinsured. Okay. And so that's a big deal. So to have a professional, and what did you call that number? 220?
That's a 220 agent. That's what I hold also. It's a general lines agent.
And I mean, that's telling you that this is a person that has all of the training, that understands what your needs are and what the insurance agency or the underwriter has, and to put those two things together, I mean, it's quite frankly, it's a beautiful thing.
Right.
And especially here with the devastation that we had. Fortunately, it hasn't happened again. I always knock on wood. Like last year, all the storms came and they went around us. You know, and I looked at that. I was like, how did that happen? But you know, you
Got lucky.
yeah, you can't be upset about it. But knowing that you guys are there, and I'm telling you folks, if you have insurance questions, okay, when you walk in the door at Gruber Insurance, if they can't write you a better product, okay, they're just going to say, you know, thanks for coming by, and you met someone new. You know, but I will tell you that if they can write you a better product, because it's happened to me.
Right.
You know, and I really do appreciate it. And I remember actually a couple of days ago we were talking to one of our new businesses here in this community, and you actually gave me the name of another agent to send her to. Okay, that's what a community member does. Okay, it's not all about John Barnes. It's not all about Gruber Insurance. It's about this community, this South-Dade community. And that young lady went over and was able to get what she needed. Actually, you added that little piece on it. She needed construction insurance because I had no idea. She had no idea.
That was a builder's risk.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And she took that over and was able to get what she needed.
Right.
Okay. But that's the way it should be, you know. And John, that's why I wanted to get you here and to talk about what you do and your business and the fact that you're in our community, not just in it, but you're a part of it. And you've been for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
So we really, really do appreciate that. And I thought it was a nice touch that you just ran through the list of your staff members. I wouldn't have thought about that, but that was actually
No, that's very important. I mean, it's, like I said, that's I learned a long time in this business. It's you're only as good as your people are, and you know, I've got a fantastic staff, and I appreciate every one of them. We're like a little family there, right? You know, it's myself and five others, and you know, it's like they're my family. We come to work, and I spend more time with them than I do with my wife.
wow. Okay.
You're there every day.
Yeah. I'm sure she heard that.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But it's probably there's a reality there,
Right.
you know, and I get it. And the address, you're on Chrome. It's
1135 North Chrome Avenue.
1135 North Chrome. You know, folks are walking up and down Chrome Avenue all the time. Just walk in the door, say hey. You know, I've gone into a place and said, you know, I just wanted to look around. I really don't need anything, you know. But the reality of it is they're in our community. They're in our community helping us. And I would like for everyone, you know, if you have an insurance issue, whether it's automotive, boats, RVs, give them a shout, look them up online, you know, drop in. The other thing that's very, very important is he's going to take me out to lunch at no, I'm
Wherever you want to go.
Yeah, you know, but you know, it's us. It's South-Dade. You know, it's what we do as a group, and looking after each other, and that's what the chamber tries to be the center of. You know, and we try to be like spokes, because what will happen is you'll find that there's someone else that needs what you do, and if we can put the two of you together, then we've done our job. Okay, and that's really what this show is about. That's why we call it the shout out. You know, we want to shout out about what you're doing and about you. Okay, so we're really, really glad that you're here. John Barnes, Gruber Insurance, give him a shout, folks. That's the end of our time. Really do appreciate you tuning in. If you want to shoot this out to any of your friends, just take the link and forward it. And the more people that look at it, the more people are going to find out about it. Again, right now, Gruber Insurance website, the link is going across on the bottom. Thanks so much. I do appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Les. I appreciate it.